day, sir. This is my midterm examination about grammar rules of grammar. So the basic rule states that a singular subject takes a singular verb, while a plural subject takes a plural verb. So understanding singular pronouns is important so you can make sure that there is agreement between the subject and verb or the pronoun and antecedent in a sentence. If one is singular, the other must be singular too. Finding the plural versions of singular regular verbs isn't too complicated. If you know how to make them plural, it gets a little trickier when you add irregular verbs into the mix. Take a look at an explanation of singular and plural verbs list that focuses on a common regular and irregular verbs. Rule number 1. Two singular subjects connected by or nor require a singular verb. So, when two or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, use a singular verb. For example, the book or the pen is in the drawer. When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or not or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is nearer the verb. If the subject is a singular or uncountable noun, then the verb must be plural too. Number 2. Two singular subjects connected by either or neither nor require a singular verb as in Rule 1. So the sentence agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it. When neither and nor link singular terms, the verb is singular. When neither and nor link a singular term and a plural one, put the plural term second and use a plural verb. When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is closest to the verb. This is also called the rule of proximity. Rule number 3. When I is one of the two subjects connected by either or neither nor, put it second and follow it with the singular verb am or with the base form of the verb. Neither and either always take singular verbs when acting as the subject of a sentence. Here, neither is the subject and behaves like a singular noun. It requires the singular verb is. In this example, either one is the subject and behaves like a singular noun. Neither is often used when both options are not acceptable. Either tends up to be used in a positive way when one option will be chosen. Rule number 4. When a singular subject is connected by or nor to a plural subject, last and use a plural verb. When a singular and plural subject are connected by either or nor or neither or, put the plural subject last and use a plural verb. Verb must remove an s from the singular form. For example, neither Jenny nor the others are available. Rule number 5. When a singular and plural subject are connected by either or neither nor, put the plural subject class and use a plural verb. When the subjects joined by either or neither nor are of different persons, the verb will agree in person and number with the noun nearest to it. For example, neither you nor your dogs know how to behave. When either and neither are used as pronouns, they are treated as singular and always take the singular verb. Rule number 6. As a general rule, use a plural verb with two or more different subjects when they are connected by and. To show two different subjects in a sentence, each subject is usually introduced by an article or a possessive pronoun. As a general rule, use a plural verb with two or more different subjects when they are connected by and. Example, a car and a bike are my means of transportation. Sometimes the subject is separated from the verb by words such as along with, as well as, besides, or not. 7. Subjects joined by and mean a single idea take a singular verb. If the subject consists of two or more words that are connected by and or by both mean the subject is plural and requires a plural verb. Use a singular verb when two or more subjects connected by and refer to the same person or thing. 8. If the subject and the verb in a sentence are interrupted with an intervening phrase introduced by including, along with, together with, as well as, besides, etc., the verb must still agree with the simple subject. The intervening word or phrase does not mean the same as and so does not compound the subject and make it plural. The subject still determines whether the verb is singular or plural in order to adhere to the subject-verb agreement. The intervening word functions as a modifier that modifies the preceding subject. Rule 9. Indefinite pronouns like each, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, nobody, no one, something, either, neither, not one, and everything are singular and require singular verbs. Do not be misled by what follows of. So indefinite pronouns like collective nouns can be singular or plural, depending on how they are used in a sentence. Singular indefinite pronouns take a singular verb. Plural indefinite pronouns take a plural verb. There is one definite pronoun, none, that can be either singular or plural. It often doesn't matter whether you use a singular or a plural verb unless something else in the sentence determines its number. 10. With words that indicate portions, percent, fraction, part, majority, some, half, all, none, remainder, and so forth, look at the noun in your of phrase, objects of the preposition, to determine whether to use a singular or plural verb. If the object of the preposition is singular, use a singular verb, and if plural, use a plural verb. So 50% of the pie has disappeared. The singular pie is the head of the NP, the pie, functioning as the complement of the preposition. It shows that the verb agrees with the head of the noun phrase functioning as the complement of the preposition of these cases, even when the complement of the preposition has been fronted. When it does not follow the preposition to which it belongs but appears at the very beginning of the clause or sentence. 11. When either and neither are subjects without or a nor, a singular verb is required even if they seem to be referring to more than one thing. So in informal writing, neither and either sometimes take a plural verb. When these pronouns are followed by a prepositional phrase beginning with of, this is particularly true of interrogative constructions. 12. The words here and there have generally been labeled as adverbs even though they indicate place. Sentences beginning with here or there require verbs depending on the number of the nouns that come after them. So when we use here, it typically refers to the place where the speaker is, and we see the position of people and things from the speaker's point of view. When we use here, it typically refers to the place where the listeners or another person is, and we see the position of people and things from the listener's or another person's point of view. We often use here with nouns that have this or this before them, and there with nouns that have that or those before them. 13. Units such as amounts, size, time, quantities, or distance always require a singular verb. If the focus of your sentence is a total amount, use a singular verb. If the focus of your sentence is on multiple units, use a plural verb. Sometimes it's difficult to tell whether to use a singular or plural verb, but there's an easy way to figure it out. Just think about your sentence as the answer to a question. Rule 14. Sometimes the relative pronoun who, that, or which is the subject of a verb in the middle of the sentence. The pronouns who, that, and which become a singular or plural according to the noun directly in front of them. So if the noun is singular, use a singular verb. If it is plural, use a plural verb. So relative pronouns are placed directly after the noun or pronoun they modify. The subject of the sentence is described by a relative clause. Since these clauses describe a noun or a pronoun, they are also known as adjective clauses because they act like adjectives in the sentence. Relative pronouns connect the description to the rest of the sentence in an orderly way. 15. Collective nouns like team, staff, group, family, crowd, army, etc. require a singular verb if the members are thought of as acting collectively, and a plural if the members are thought of as acting separately. So, whether such nouns are used with singular or plural verbs also depends upon whether you are referring to a group as a single unit acting collectively or the individual members of the group. 16. The expression "a number of" always requires a plural verb, while the expression "the number of" always requires a singular verb when used as subjects. So the expression "a number of" belongs to the same category, it always followed by the plural form. On the other hand, the expression "the number of" is different and always take a plural noun followed by a singular verb because the expression is used to refer to the exact number that makes up a collection or a group. Rule 17. Nouns that always come in pairs like scissors, sunglasses, shoes, tongs, sleeves, trousers, pliers, pants, shears, etc. are always plural and require plural verbs unless they are introduced by the expression "a" or the pair of. So there is a small group of nouns that exist only in the plural form. These nouns do not exist in the singular form and are usually described as a plural-only nouns. Rule 18. Nouns plural in form but singular in meaning such as mathematics, economics, news, politics, etc. require singular verbs. So certain words ending in ICS are singular when they refer to the principles, a system, or a field study. In these instances, the noun takes a plural verb. Nouns with plural forms are no singular counterpart are nearly always used with plural verbs. 19. In sentences with both positive and negative subjects, the verb should agree with the positive subject. So when you put a positive and a negative subject together, the verb must agree with the positive subject. If your sentence compounds a positive and a negative subject and one is a plural, the other singular and the verb should agree with the positive subject. Rule 20. Titles of books, movies, songs, etc. require a singular verb. So other similar works are treated as singular and take a singular verb. The basic rule is that singular verbs must agree with singular nouns, while plural verbs must agree with plural nouns. So rule number 21, the pronouns you and I always require the base or plural form of the verb even in cases where they refer to only one person. So the singular pronouns I, she, he, it, and one and all singular nouns take a singular verb form. It is only the singular pronoun you that takes a plural form. It just so happens that the first person singular verb for all verbs except be has the same form as the plural. Rule 22. Adjective used as nouns are considered plural and thus require plural verbs. So nouns must agree with their verbs which means that a singular noun requires a singular verb and a plural noun requires a plural verb. Rule 23. The name of a film or company, although appearing plural, requires a singular verb. So subjects and verbs must agree with one another in number. Thus, if a subject is singular, its verbs must also be singular. If the subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. Rule 24, the last rule. For sentences following the inverted order, the verb still agrees with the subject, regardless of the number of the nouns that come before it. So inverted sentences are sentences in which the normal word order is altered or or reverse. Common inverted order sentence patterns include verb-subject, missing subject-verb, and verb-subject-verb. That's all about the 24 grammar rules. Thank you.